Hello, are you receiving me?
Over.
Is there anyone there? Knock 3 times for yes, twice for no.
Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me.
Oh, we've just lost them, haven't they? The 2.
No, we've got 2.
Oh, we've got 2.
We've got 2. Welcome to both of you.
Right. This is just for you.
Yay.
Yeah, so here we are in the dining room. It's actually quite tidy because there's no crafty stuff out, just a laptop. A huge one, I have to say. Not even my laptop. Right, so here's the thing. We're going to just have a little bit of waffle while people join us if they want to. And while Willow's demanding attention here. Yeah, look, darling, I love you too. You're beautiful. Yes, you are. You're a very good girl. She's a very good girl. She is. She's a bit barky. She's a bit loud, like a Mummy Maria. Not like Sheena.
Rude.
Not at all.
Hi, Emma.
Hey, Emma.
Emma Boo.
Emma Boo. I love that. Emma Boo. Like Betty Boo. I like that. All right,
Boo,
cool.
boo, be-doo.
Boop, boop. So we are, as promised,
Linda
Simpson.
Non is in the house.
Yeah.
Welcome, Linda.
Cool. So here's the thing. I'll finally get to say what I'm going to say. I might get to get out there. How many times have I tried?
Yeah,
and I'm still trying.
Sheena, go on. You're the star of the show. Do it. Anyway, what was
I'll tell you what. Right. Out with anger, in with love.
Hi, Carol Barnes.
Right.
Over to you, Sheena.
Happy thoughts.
I won't say another word.
Happy thoughts. Okay. Hello. Welcome. Minecraft Studio. I've never used it before. I'm not yet expert. I haven't learned it. I know a little bit of what I need. Thanks to Diane at iHub, who took me through a couple of things before the shows and said, how do you do this? Tell you what I want to know how to do. Because it's like most programs, if you're like me, I know a fraction of it. It's like apparently the human brain. Apparently we use a fraction of our brain. Some less than others. I have to say, count me in. Potential's there, but I don't really want to put myself through that and, do all that work that I don't know if I want to use it kind of thing. Like my brain. So I just know what I need to know. And that's what I thought I'd show you tonight. What you want to know, what I would want to know using the USB. It does so much else. It does other things, and there's a group, Minecraft Studio group on Facebook, which is where I would go and ask the questions. Now, I understand some of you have asked a question on what I'm going to show you tonight, and some people didn't know. And that's the main thing I'm going to show you, is how to layer image. So if you've got the picture of the little birdie and you want the flower beside the birdie, and then you put them together and there's overlap, and you say, oh, this nonsense lines showing through because they're transparent files. That's not right. It's a mess. What's going on? I can show you how to tidy that up in Minecraft Studio. Now, the thing is, so to qualify, I don't know the program. I know that much of the program. I know bits that I can tell you how to use in the program because you got it free with a USB. Apparently it's a great program, and if you know it, you love it. And I'll tell you what, it's like people say the best camera is the one that you've got with you. The best program is the one you've taken time to work your way around. Sometimes it's not the easiest. People go, the menu system's a bit, but you know what, if you've learned it, you know it. I have been researching other free programs for you, because the other thing is Minecraft Studio doesn't work on Mac, and which is why I've got a loan of this laptop and I'll be using it for the TV. Oh, I've already said too much. The indication might be that there might be another USB at some point. Not
Get away, Sheena.
Wow, who would have thunk it? Well, after how much you loved the first one, I was like, oh, okay. I might be able to bring you another one. So here's the thing. So I'm borrowing this because it doesn't work on Mac. But there is so much good free. I watch lots of tutorials on how to use the programs I use more efficiently. I use Procreate because I use my iPad. I've got an iPad Pro and I use Procreate. And that program is phenomenal and it's so easy to do. Everything you want to do in Procreate. It's so easy. If you're lucky enough to have an iPad, works on ordinary iPad now. You know the new iPad, if you've got a pencil, you need a pencil. You can use the pencil with iPad now. Even the mini works with pencil now. So that's fantastic. So Procreate's fantastic. And then what I have to use is a very expensive industry standard program, Illustrator. So with Illustrator, I've got Photoshop and everything, and I don't know how to use it. I don't use it. I want programs to be able to make my creativity as simple and easy to use. Maria, are you having trouble? What's wrong?
You're good.
Are you okay? You're suffering. She's got the back problems, and honestly, bless her. If I stuck a toilet seat round her head at the minute, she'd win the champion Gurner competition. Oh, it's a bonny sight.
Where have you gone now?
It's a bonny sight. Do you never watch Gurning? Have you never seen the competition?
No.
Oh, tell me, give me some love if you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you've got to research Gurning. To me, I saw it when I was a kid and I never forgot it, because the faces they pull are unreal, they're unearthly. One of the things, you put a toilet seat on your head and you pull a bad face, and that's Gurning.
Oh.
Which is kind of what you're doing now because of the pain.
And
so I'll
back
need a quick ad. Anyway, back in line. So I use Procreate, I use Illustrator. Don't know how to use Photoshop. Don't know how to use Minecraft Studio, but I know a couple of things. I have used in the past. I'm going to tell you. This is a future thing. A program called Sketchbook. Sketchbook used to be paid for, and I used to pay for it. I had paid for it for my iPad, and also Windows computer, and it also is available for Mac. Now, heads up, go and download Sketchbook. It's by Autodesk Sketchbook. It's free. Just download it on my Mac to try it out there for you tonight. You can put it on Windows. It's already on my iPad. That's going to make things, especially one thing I'm going to show you, much easier. Just so much easier. You don't just have to use one program. You use a program to do a certain thing, that's easy, and another thing to do a certain thing. Like you might go to different shops for different things. Looking promising anyway, isn't it? Very promising. Yeah, it does what we need it to do in a much easier way that I'm going to show you. But I am going to show you. So that's what we've got. But the other thing is lovely Linda Simpson, X Factor voice, is sitting in tonight because she's a lovely mate who I've known for years, and Inkette through and through. And we've known each other for a long time, but Linda knows Minecraft Studio, so she's there to help you out if you ask anything. And I go, I haven't a clue. Oh, don't know that one. So you'll see Linda jumping in to rescue us. Thank you. Yeah, and so I'm going to keep it as simple as possible and not jargon speak. And Maria's going to probably shout at me because I'm going too fast with the screen. But we'll take it slow, and I'm going to show you a couple of things. And most importantly, the thing where you want to overlap an image, bring them together, make compositions, and that's it. As well as we'll do a little bit like rice paper, playing around with that as well. So shall we get started? Are you all happy with that? Give me a show of little hearties or smiley faces or whatever thing you can do. That's positive. Let me know if that's what you want, and that's good. And if you've got any questions, shout up, and hopefully Maria might be able to spot them because I can't see the screen. I'm just waffling on as usual. Bizarrely, I only get about a third of all of the comments. I only see the comments. Yeah, she's not being rude. We're looking at it later and go, oh, that was pertinent, wasn't it? Oh, that was quite relevant. Well, yeah, who would have known it? Because I got a limited screen because I'm filming. Yeah. What I would say is perhaps allow Sheena to go through what she's got on her mind to teach you, and then we'll go to, is there anything else? Otherwise, we'll be jumping about all over the place. Oh, yeah. Just a thought. Oh, yeah. We need to keep it, like, simple. Back to my training days, I used to set this up before we start. See what we're doing, then we'll have questions. Then that's easier, okay? Because we might be coming to it. Okay. And plus, if it's something you're learning, you're best off not disrupting it. Just take it through instead of going on tangents, which I'm going to try not to do. Yeah. So, right, shall we look at the screen? Yeah, but I think we should have a show of love for our Linda Simpson. Linda Simpson. Who's very kindly stepped in to help everybody tonight. Yeah. All two of them. Both of them. Both of you. Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. There you go. It's almost one-to-one tutorial. Yeah, it's very different. We're not getting messy, but we're still going to sing it, yeah. Look at that, Linda. Loads of love. Yay, brilliant. Thank you, darling. All right. Okay. Look at the screen. Sheena. All right. Remember, I am not the expert. You're not going to get speedy kind of flying through this. I'm going to tell you what I know in simple speak and what I need to know. Stuff I'm not bothered about. All right. So what I want to know first of all is just basically what's going on. What's all this about here? What's the main bit? All right, I need my foundation. This here is obviously the bit you're working on, right? That's your paper. Now, if you want to tell it what size paper you want, you go to, funnily enough, print. You start with the end bit before you do the front bit. So imagine I'm going to print it. So you click on print, which Maria's got there. It's along the top. All these bits and pieces along the top. There's stuff on the top. You see paint there, help, yeah, and all these little bits. So we'll click on print. And if you look there, it says page size. So if you click on that, A4. I don't know if it defaults to A4. I think it may well do because whenever I look in here, it's still on A4. So A4 is what we're going to be using more often than not, because if you're in the UK, that's your paper size. Stop for a little bit of sustenance then. You might have heard it. I bet it sounded lovely. Right, so that's the first bit. We've got the page sorted there. Then, can you see home? Like Dorothy, there's no place like home. All right, click your heels, click home. If you ever get lost, just keep going home, right? To your home. So we've already got new, that because there's a bit there. If you want another one, you can click. You can have quite a few. Can you see these little tabs here? These are things I've been working on. Sorry, here, tabs here, right? Look, watch there, watch along here. Watch if I click new, watch, you'll see another one appear, watch. There you go, there's another one, page 5. See it just appear? So you can have a few going if you want, but don't forget to close them down if you're done with them, or save them or whatever. We'll do that later. So you got a page. Oh, bless her. So can you see I've got grids on this page? That might be easier for you. I think it is easier. On the telly, it's not as easy to see. So we're going to leave them on. Let me know if you can see better with or without them on. So look, you see there where it says all this home bit, you've got all these little things going on within that tab. The tabs change every time you click a tab. Things change. There's stuff within them, right? Home. But that's where you're going to work more often than not there. So along here, can you see grid? It's highlighted, so it's lit up in orange. If you want to take that off, click it, and you've got no grid now on your picture. Watch the picture. I'm going to click it back on there, Maria. Watch. Oh, hang on. Grid. No grid. Grid, right. And also, can you see along here the ruler here? Looks like it's in centimetres. Click it on, off, on. So it gives you an idea. If you're somebody who actually this means something to, rather than me just by eye, of scale. So we're set up, we're ready to play. Next thing is, where do we get our stuff from? In here, you've got all this like directories, what they used to call, isn't it, with you on your PC. All this stuff in here, right here. I should point, that's easier, in there. And somewhere when you look at there, you'll find, can you see ultimate? Ultimate, that's me, ultimate, right? Can you see? And when you click where there's a plus, if you click on it, you get more stuff. So within that ultimate file, there was the artwork and there was a program. We don't want to worry about the program because we've already installed it. So you want to click on artwork. And if you click that, then you get all this stuff in here. It just expands. But here's your folders, okay? In here. More folders there. That reflects what's up here, but in a clearer, easy to see fashion. So, well, let's look in. The first thing, the main thing I want to show you, and the couple of things, just simple baby steps. Willow,
shush.
Leave it. Thank you. Right, so Garden of Treasures. In Garden of Treasures, there's more stuff. There's charisma, there's your digital stamps, and your printable papers. All right, we're going to come back to them shortly. But the stamps are what we want to play with right now, because that's what a lot of you are saying, and that's where the big thing is. That's the oh, seriously.
Hold that.
I'm taking over. We're now going to have a word. We're going to try and negotiate with Willow. Have you tried doing that with a barking dog? Negotiation basically means locking her out the room, I fear. Oh, you know what? She's not stupid. She's going to get a dentist stick or something. She's not spoiled. Did I mention that? Right, so I've got the, oh, can you tell I've got the camera now? The power. So what we've got is we've got 4 subcategories in those pictures because there was 4 A5 stamp sets. So I'm going to click in Celebrate Life's Beauty, all right? Because that's an easy one. I can't even see the mouse here. I'm trying to multitask. Walking and talking is a challenge, okay? double click on it, and then you find all the stuff that's in there. Somebody was asking, how do I know what's in these folders? How can I see them? Because if they're you know, it's transparent, you just get a black thing. There's an index sheet in everything except my my one that I put stuff together. So if you want to print that out, you can basically print it out and have a hard copy next to you, and then you know where it's at when you're looking for it. By hard copy, I just mean send it to your printer, put it in a little, you know, clip it together or whatever, and then you've got that to look at. So what I'm going to do though, when I'm going to give this to Maria in a sec when she stops bribing Willow, be easier because it's a little bit difficult, is I'm going to, you see this little bird here, this little Boyd down here, this little guy here, all right? I want him onto the workspace. I want to work with this bird. So I'm going to click and then drag onto my workspace. Now, what you'll see is just the native size, the size that it's kind of naturally going to put itself at. But what I can do, can you see it's got all these boxes around it? Box, 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 and then a circle at the top. Right. So the boxes, if you grab any of them, you don't have to do anything else. It drags, it's going to size them in proportion if you use a corner. If you pull out, wow, turkey size. Right? Right? If you put it in, little baby teeny weeny, little sparrow. Yeah, cock sparrow. Right? Right? So that's how you make them bigger and littler. If you use the sides, oh, we've been on a diet. All right? Uh-oh. That's when you can get a little bit where you're changing the proportions and you go, ow, yikes, I've gone too far. If you've gone too far, and rarely use keyboard shortcuts, there's a couple of things you can do. You can either go, I'm going to point you, Maria, to the top. Can you see up here on the top? Undo. The arrow going, uh-oh, abort, undo.
Undo is your friend.
Undo is your friend. So you can click undo, and that changes it back, and all of a sudden, A's being at the suet pudding again. All right. Now let's do it again. So we tried that one and go, oh no, you're a bit squished. All right. Another way to do undo, and a quicker way, if you remember this, just remember this keyboard shortcut. If you remember everything else, Control and Z, or Z, as our friends across the pond would say.
Z.
Yeah, I used to sing the ABC song when I was there, and it was not ABC.
And hello to all of our friends across the pond.
Yes, across the
pond.
pond.
And Sherry Miller, I know you're there. I saw you pop up. How are you, darling?
So that's how to, hi Sherry, just saying. So that's how we move things around. So we're going to try and be focused, Maria, and do this, right? This is like classroom stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you just tell me off?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
All right. So that's basically resizing. Corners, size it in proportion, right? If you go to the sides, that's when you get like distortion on the thing. Oh, no, I forgot to mention the little circle. The little circle's just at one bit, and what that does is, oh, look there. Oh, wait, oh, whoa, hey, whoa. Oh, we're going to fall off the branch. All right, we don't want that. All right.
I'm not saying anything, I'm not allowed.
All right. But if you think, oh no, I want him healthy and happy again, remember, Control and Z. Ah, it's like it didn't happen. Aww. All right. So there's that there. Now, what about if you want two of them? If you want to fill a page and think, well, here's in a practical way what we do. When we get my colouring book out, our pencils out, right? I'll think, I'm going to colour that in. Probably Maria's going to want to colour it in as well. Are you? Do you think? Yeah, she is. She's not talking to me now. She's enough. Right. So what you would do is I can make this, and so it's going to print out like that, but I want it kind of more A5 size. So I'm going to put him there, drag him to there, so he's sorted, he's the right orientation. So I think if I cut that bit of card in half, bit of craft card through my printer, pencils out, boom, jobs are good, and is it not? Mm-hmm. Right. So what I can do is I can go to, can you see when it's lit? All those little things are lit there, the little squares. Right, let me show you how they're not lit. Right, if I click anywhere on the desktop, nothing is basically active, it's not selected. If I say copy up here, look, it's not even lit, it's not even given an option, it's all greyed out. So if you do that, you go, why can't I copy it? Right, you go back to the little guy there, over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, over here, and I click on him. Now the squares are around him. Now I can say, go back to copy up here. See, it's an option again. It's all nice and black and bold. Click on it, right?
Yeah.
And then I can go to paste next to it.
Yeah.
And then see how much darker he looks, right?
Yeah.
Because you've got one on top of the other. And then you can go, wow, like that, drag him down there. And with the grid, it's really nice because you can see that's like the halfway point on your A4, which is fabulous. Likewise, if you wanted to make it A6, you could put, 4 on the A. You could do 2 baby ones. So we could do that. Let's put him back around there. Put him back
4 baby
upright.
ones, couldn't you? In there?
Well, yeah, but we could have a big one and 2 baby ones, can't we?
Okay. Yep.
So I'll resize it, make him so that he fits in there. Don't want him too small, but that'll be great if I trim that down. Yeah, nice A6.
And you made him smaller by taking hold of one of the squares.
Yeah.
And pushing it in.
Yeah. So now what I'm going to do, remember, I'm going to go, because it's highlighted, I can go to copy at the top.
Yeah.
Right. And then watch what happens here when I click paste. Watch how much darker he becomes down here, Maria. Watch. Whoa, see that? Because you've got like double intensity ink. And then I go, there you go. Whoa. Now I've made my own little print sheet. I can then, and then if I click anywhere, then we can print that out, which I'll show shortly. So that's a way to efficiently use your space as a paper crafter who just wants this stuff to go out of the printer and play with it. So we're sitting the night and going, want to play with some of these lovely pencils we've been investing in lately. Print something out quick, boom, make 3 lovely little cards there.
Yep.
Okay, that's great.
Hi Sue, hi Joan.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight that, right? And I can click delete on my keyboard.
Highlight what, sorry?
Right, watch. Nothing by highlight, I mean select.
Oh yeah, no squares and all that.
Watch, click on him.
All right.
Then I go delete. He's gone. Yeah.
Aww.
Click on that little bulky there. Delete.
Aww.
Right, he's gone. Right. And then him, I want to bring him back, and I'm going to make, because we're going to work on him, we're going to put him there. This is where we're going to start at the very beginning. Very good place to start. I'm going to pop him there. So that's one image, to play with one image. Now, some of you might work that out and you go, right, I've got most of that sorted it out. However, this is what's doing me head in. If we look back at the 4 pictures here, right, celebrate life's beauty, yeah?
Yep.
See that flower there, this blossom, right? Remember how we get it? We click on it, hold the left mouse button down, drag it across, yeah, then let go. Then, whoa, surprise, surprise, there it is. Might not be where you think it's going to be, but look, we can move it. See, we're moving it. And I'm thinking that would look quite nice there, but I might resize it a bit, make it a bit smaller, and I want it about there. However, disaster. Look at this. What's happening here? I'm going to click anywhere here. Now, if you want to zoom in, if you've got a trackpad on your laptop or anything, you can pinch and zoom, or you can go with an arrow at the bottom down here. I should mention there's an arrow. Yeah, you can zoom in. Yeah, zoom in, slide the arrow down here. Zoom in, zoom out. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see better. And then if you want to make the thing go up or down, there's a slidey arrow on the side as well, Maria.
Show me that.
That makes it go up and down. Okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
So this is the bit I want to work on here, because can you see, I can see this through the flower. That's not right. This needs tidying up.
Yep.
So in other programs and in Sketchbook, you just erase those lines. You can erase them. You can select a layer. So you select one of them and you erase. You can't do that in Minecraft Studio. Okay. It drove me mad. I was on for a night losing. I thought, it's got to happen. You've got to be able to do it. You can't, but there's a workaround Diane showed me. All right?
Yeah.
Which is why I'm saying, if this is the kind of thing you want to do more, which I suspect you will, I think we're going to spend a little bit of time showing you Sketchbook. Showing you bits in this, and especially if you've used it before, that's great, you'll know what to do. But I'm going to show you Sketchbook, because then that's Mac, iPad and Windows compatible. So, but what you do for this, if you need to erase that, you need to go to, can you see along these tabs at the top here?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Paint, right? Paint. So you click on Paint. Now what happens here, can you see where it says Add? What this does, it puts a layer around. Can you see just there we had some little new squares appear, right? Can you see the squares when I clicked Add? Now there's squares that weren't there. If I zoom out, you'll see more squares. Let me see. Can you see all these squares around here? Now, they are new. That's like putting a sheet of, say, acetate or parchment on your paper.
Okay.
Which you then, say acetate because it's transparent. So say you got a bit of card and you're going to paint on top of that.
Okay. So you've overlaid something then.
That you can paint onto.
Great.
Right?
Yep.
But I want to zoom in again a bit more to see more closely what I'm doing. So I'm use that little arrow thing so I can see what's going on here. That's the first thing I need to do. The next thing I need to do is go to, on here, brushes. So play this back slowly and I would make like a little flow chart. Can you see at the minute that big square at the bottom's black? That means anything I'm going to paint with, that's what it's going to do. And that's
your
not what I want.
selected colour, isn't it?
That's my colour.
Yeah.
But if you look up here, right top left, you put your little cursor, your crosshair, can you see that crosshair moving?
Yeah.
Right at the top left hand side, this now turns white. That's what we want. We want that to be white in there.
Yep.
Right? Now we're going to go back to up here where it's still on paint at the big bar, and I'm going to move this up to maybe about 10, 15, start on 10, yeah?
Yep.
And then draw. So nothing's happening. I've still got a pointy arrow on my screen. If I go to my screen, still pointy arrow. Can you see pointy arrow, pointy arrow?
Yep.
Yeah. But if I click on that draw bit, yeah, not a pointy arrow anymore. It's a pencil.
Whoa.
So if I look here, see where this, I can see this branch through the flower, and I clearly don't want that, do I? Right, do that. Now, you're also erasing your detail on your top layer, but doesn't matter because we're going to send it to the back in a minute, right? I'll show you, don't worry about it. It's a little bit confusing here where this bud is, but we'll clear that up there. You can keep messing on with this and going back and tidying it up if you want. It doesn't look right still, but it will. Fear not. Okay, that there. Anything else shown through anywhere? I think we might be all right. Now, that's still not right. So what we've done is like using a post-it note and cutting it out and putting it on the top.
Yep.
Of that first layer, the flowers on the top, right?
Yep.
But what I want to do is we'll put that bit behind the flower so it blocks in that bit. Do you see what I mean? So imagine we've cut it out and we've put it behind that one.
Right.
So we've made that opaque now, not transparent. Are you with me? So what you do is click, get rid of the draw thing again, and then it goes back to pointy arrow. All right. Right click your mouse. Can you see where it says order? Pops out. Yeah?
Yeah.
Go to just send backwards. And then look what happened. You see there?
Right.
It's all tidied up.
So the detail you'd lost now comes back.
Yeah, because it's like these are transparent files, so you'll see everything through that one, behind that one. So in effect, if you imagine it in your real world, right? You've got a picture of a bird on a bit of acetate. You've got a picture of a flower on another bit of acetate. You've put one on top of the other, and you can clearly see stuff through it, can't you? Not right. So what you've done is you've found another bit of acetate, and you've painted on top of this the shape of where it's overlapped, just the shape of the flower, the thing that's on the top.
Yep.
Yeah? And then you've gone and put it behind that bit there.
So you're hiding it really, aren't you?
You're hiding the bit that's behind.
But it's done the job for you.
Yeah, job done.
Whoa.
So then we'll zoom out. So at the bottom,
point.
Zoom out. At the bottom right, zoom out.
Yep.
Yeah, or pinch and zoom. Yeah?
Yep.
And then what you can do is go to back to home, click home, and say select all. Click that thing, says select all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what you can do, now how do you group this? Do you right click? Yeah. So what you do, just had to remind myself, when you've selected group, select all again, right? Everything's selected. If you go to right click on your arrow, right? Can you see where it says grouping? Grouping here? Yeah, grouping?
Yeah.
Group is an option, group it. That's now one image, right? So remember the corners? Look, it's all moving together. That's all, you've made yourself your own scene. Now, once you've done that, you can print out as many as you want. So you've got a tree and you've got a background, or you've got, you know, anything. You've got foreground, midground, background. You spent a little bit of time doing that little thing. Put all the things on you want, then do your little colour thing. Then you've got them, you're sorted. Then again, you can say, right, I'm going to copy it. Back to copy at the top. Remember, copy?
Yeah.
I'm going to paste it. I've got another one of those little babies, or a bit bigger, and I'm going to make that one bigger. That might go on a bit of wall art. Who knows? That one there. Click on that little one again. Turn this little blokey round. Size it on your paper. Oh, wrong one. Size it on your paper so that you've got the best kind of space that you're using. We'll maybe turn him round as well. So we've got we're using maximum use of what paper to do maybe a big one and a little one. So,
okay. And you've turned them on their side by using the circle, not the square on those.
Using the circle, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hang on, this is acting up. Hang on. Right, go bigger, go bigger, go bigger. Oh, the little tinker. Right, I'm going to put them back. If that happened, I'm going to put it back because it's changed orientation. Make it bigger, then turn it round. Can you see if you have that trouble there where it was going a bit like bigger, small, bigger, small?
Yeah.
Then you've got two projects there. Nice bit of watercolour card, craft card with your pencils. Fabulous. That's saved now. You save it, right? Right. You want to save it. You don't want to keep doing this again.
Yeah.
Go back to bear with. Is it on home? Where's save? Usually in
Down, save as?
Yes, thank you. God, seriously. Save as, thank you, Maria. Click on save as, and then you get all these things. Now I've had other ones I've been playing with, yeah, and I've saved them before the shows. In documents, you can change where you want to save them, but I save them in documents, yeah, and then you give it a name, bird, flower, live, okay? And then you say, and it saves as a craft studio project, all right? So it means you can change it and everything like that. But you can also save it as JPEG. So if you just want to save that and have a printed sheet, so you want to just print out your printer like those sheets I made you, and use it on any computer or on your iPad or anything like that. You can save it as JPEG, but always save it as pro quality, all right? Because you're not going to lose any resolution there, okay, if you do that. If you save it as Minecraft Studio project, you can open it as a workable project again, where you can resize those little guys individually.
Yeah.
If you save it as a JPEG, it's just like that becomes a picture now, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say that because I'm just going to cancel. So that's one. So has that helped you? So I'm hoping it has. I'm going to pause there so that if we save, you come back to this video, that's the main bit that I think you're going to want to use. Okay. So you know where to chunk it. When you put indexes and things. So think of it as the intermission. I remember when I was a young'un and I saw The Sound of Music. I don't know, I've lost count of how many times, and I know the dialogue. Okay. You had the intermission.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. And do you have a question?
Yes.
All right, I'm just having a drink as well. Okay.
Kathy says, please, how did you put the flower behind? Overlay, ? Did you click overlay?
Right click. No. I clicked on picture. Do it again.
Yes, I think
we'll do a different one. Let's do a different one, right? Let's do a different project. Okay. Are you doing your profile now?
I am, yeah, because I'm just trying to get back to, I have to scroll back up the screen again. Oh. To become current.
Okay. Yeah, it's difficult becoming current. I keep trying. Right, so new. Let's do a new one, all right? So let's look at a different file. Remember, you go to Files. If you can't see anything in here, it's because you haven't clicked the right tab. Files, right? Let's look at, instead of Garden Sketchbook, let's go to Flowers of Britain, right? Click on Flowers of Britain.
Right.
Backing papers, Charisma, digital stamps.
Yeah.
Click digital stamps.
Did you double click that then, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it opened it up. Yeah.
Flowers of England.
Yeah.
Double click it. Now we've got Flowers of England. So now what I'm going to do is we'll use this rose, this Flowers of England rose. Yeah?
Yeah.
Drag it over.
And drag.
And drag it over, yeah.
Let go.
Let go. Okay. There might be something else I've got to show you here that might confuse you a bit, but this is this program. It can be when you're doing this.
Okay.
It's easier in your program. Yeah, but I found that I had to do this earlier and I've just had a thought I might have to do it again. But it's something else to learn, all right?
Sherry says you're lovely from that angle.
Oh,
she's better from behind, Sherry.
Oh, charming. Oh, how rude is she? Ah. What? Oh, new camera woman needed. Right. So that's your flower. Remember, we can move it around. We can resize it down the corners, all that look. We've done all that, all right? So that's the corner. But what about if I want a little swirly coming off it? Because these little swirls, cool stamps to add in. You can, right, so let's just put that little swirl on there. We'll drag it, put it over. Right, it's not part of the plan yet. Two separate elements. We want to join them up. Click on your swirl, so now we can do something with it. And I'm going to turn it around using the circle. Remember the circle? Then I'm going to drag it over and I'm going to think, would that look quite good coming out of there? I think that would look quite nice, don't you? Right? But that's wrong. You wouldn't just stick it on top of your flower, would you? So what we're going to do, here's something I'm going to show you new. Right? Because it's a new tutorial. I've got to do it. If you look in layers.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right?
Okay.
We were on files, weren't we?
Yeah.
Layers.
Yeah.
It's 2 layers, all right? How did I do this before? This is, again, in other programs, you can change the order of your layer, all right? You can say that's on top or that's on top by clicking and dragging up like this. Linda, can you do this in this? I don't think you can, it won't do it. It makes a difference. I'll tell you why, all right? Maria's looking despairing of me. You can change that by putting them on the ping in different order. I could have put the swirl on first and then the flower.
Okay. Why don't we just repeat what you've taught at the beginning and just go through it again? And
all right.
Show, yeah.
Well, this is important. Yeah, well, this is important. This is the problem. This is what you need to do in this if this happens.
Okay.
Let's just do what we did again. We'll come back to this. Let's click that. No. Like I said, we'll come back to, we'll do another one of the birds and then we'll do a new one, a different one. Right, so this is your page.
Yep.
Files, remember?
Files, yeah.
Flowers, no, it was Garden of Treasures, digital stamps, Celebrate Life's Beauty. Click and drag your bird, pop it on there.
Yep.
Okay, got the bird on there, job's a good one.
Yep.
Then we'll want the bird with the flower. So click and drag the flower, pop it on there, put it where you want it to be. Resize it if you want. Okay?
Resize using the squares.
The squares at the side.
Yep.
That's on there. Right, and if you want to not have anything active, just click anywhere outside of any of these pictures. We're going to zoom in a bit.
Using those sliders.
The sliders.
Yeah.
Because then we'll clearly see this is the mess, this is not happening here. There's a branch showing through that petal. Yep. You see that?
Yep.
So what we're going to do, we need to fix that. We need to go to paint. Click on paint at the top, these tabs at the top. Paint. Yep. Right. Add. This is adding that masking layer that on top of it, and you'll see little squares appear. Okay? New squares there. Yep. That relate nothing to these. It's a new thing. Yep. So what you need to do is we need to make sure that the brush we're using is white. We don't want black. Yep. We need white. Yep. So we go to brushes. It's black, is it not? Down here? Yep. Go to the top left, click on it. It's now white.
That's the whitest of white.
Yes, whitest of white.
Yep.
Then we go back up to brushes. Change this up to about 10, 13 will do. Yeah? By the slider. Yep. Then we're going to click, if you look on here, it's an arrow still, yeah? Yep. But if you want to make it draw, you click on draw, now it's a pen. Right. Now it means that we can start colouring in over here. So this is like we're making a solid mask. We're painting a bit of white on a bit of acetate, which is going to sit behind that flower in a minute and blank out the bits of the bird that we don't want to see. Yeah? Yep. There's a bud there, which we want to put a bit of white on so we can see that. I think there's a stem there, we can get that sorted as well.
Just like Lisa says, it's like putting Tipp-Ex on if
exactly.
It was a hard drawing or snow paint.
Yeah, That's exactly right. So we've put that on there, right?
Yep.
Now this is the bit you were asking about. How do we fix that?
Yep.
Right? So just click back to draw
Yep.
at the top, so you lose the brush. You're back on just the pointy, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to right click your mouse button.
Right, yeah.
Right click, and then you get the pop out menu, all right? See the pop out menu?
Yep.
And you've got order, right?
Yep.
And you go to not send to back, because that'll put it right behind everything, the bird as well. You just want to send it backwards, and backwards is one step.
One layer. Yep.
One layer. Send backwards, and then ba-ba-ba.
Boom.
Sorted. All that mess is cleared up.
Great.
And that's it. And then go back and you'll see how we group it and we save it. Okay? What we might do is, we might not want to confuse you with the layers palette tonight, but we'll show you an advanced one another night. Have a play with that. Do that. Use those 2 images. It's like, you know, when you get like an online tutorial and they provide you with a couple of images to play with. You've got the USB, you've got those images. Do it with those 2 to start with.
Yeah.
Become familiar how to do it. Then get fancy schmancy, and we'll look at another. Next video we'll do how to change the layers, if you want to do that. And then we'll do another video on changing your colours and layering up your rice papers. How does that sound? So it's 2 more tutorials coming up at least, but things that are practical that you're going to want to do. That's what you want to do. But in the meantime, download Autodesk Sketchbook. Now there's professional artists. There's people I watch on YouTube. Brad Calbo, he's amazing. Digital artist who's got a massive following. He rates this. He rates Sketchbook as definitely as a free app. It used to be paid for. I used to pay for it, but they made it free, which is even better. So Autodesk Sketchbook. If you've also, even better, if you've got a pencil, you know, or a graphics tablet to do these things, even easier. You can get inexpensive graphics tablets. If you want me to tell you about those things, I can tell you about those too. This is all a whole new line we're going into, but it's a line that I can help you with, because I want to keep it simple for just what we want to do. I'm not gonna hurt your brain with all the other stuff that isn't relevant to us. You know, I'm going to tell you what as you're going to want to use in a practical sense, like we use in a practical sense, and keep it as simple as possible. If you want to explore and find out more, that's brilliant, because that's what I do anyway. That's what I love to do, is set the ball rolling, give you enough confidence, a little bit of knowledge to get going, tips, tricks, and then you've left me in the dust, and that's fine. I'm used to it. The inkoids do it to me every blinking day. But I'm fine. I can live with that. We're all...
Trooper.
I'm a trooper cooper. Yeah. I'm a trooper cooper. But that's good. That's the best part of my job, to be honest. That's the bit I love more than anything. And that's what we'll start doing with this, if this is going to help you, because there's so much more we can do with this. And you're going to get the value out of the USBs.
Did you say zzz? Now, Deb Preen said, does your USB work with this sketchbook thing?
Yes, that's the thing. That's the whole reason, yeah. Deb.
We can't say it's the best thing since sliced bread, because we haven't picked it apart yet, but it's looking very promising.
Well, I've used it a lot, to be honest, in the past. For this, you know, it's a different type. It's a drawing program. But with a drawing program, you can overlay these images and simply erase the bits you don't want.
And you'll teach them. That's the best
bit. I'm going to teach you. It's easy. Yay. And it's easy. It is. I think you'll like it. It's easy. And I would say there's great YouTube tutorials. Sketchbook for beginners. If you look at for Windows, for Mac. I just put one on tonight just to refresh my brain before I did this for you, to make sure that it's, because there's other ones that are just massive. They're too big. I don't want to know how to. They're more like Photoshop, which is huge, and it can be lose your life to learn in this program. But you don't need all that. You just want the stuff that's going to make what you want to do as easy as possible. That's my theory. Because ultimately, I'm still going to want to get inky and get in the real world. And I draw stamps because I want to play with them. I don't want to spend my life just digitally drawing. And I digitally draw because it's the best way to give you the best image. That's it. I used to draw on pencil. Then go over with rotary pens. I had them all. I spent a fortune. If anybody knows what rotary pens are, they used to keep clogging up. You had to clean them. It's a nightmare. And then scanning them and all that. I don't do that anymore because I had to learn. I didn't have to, but I wanted to learn the best way to make my job more efficient but better for you. So you get a better product. End of. So we can play with them. That's what we're doing. We're making this as simple as possible. So you're going to get the best out of your investment with these USBs. And you're going to, I love it. My heart, I'm happy heart. I'm looking at what you're making with this USB. And I am absolutely, I'm over the moon. I really am, because we are. This is honestly God's honest truth. I'll say to me, oh wow, look at this one with the USB. Yes, come on. And you're off and running, and you haven't even scratched the surface. You haven't even started to scratch the surface of what you've got in your USB 1 yet. But just saying, I'm not going to say any more. Hope that's been helpful for you. I thought that was really good. I'm going to do it in chunks, bite-sized chunks. Best way to learn. Not going to confuse you. Keep it simple. Do that tutorial 2 or 3 times so it's in your head, muscle memory, then we'll expand.
Okay. And can I have another flurry of hearts and a big thank you from Sheena and I to Linda Simpson for helping us tonight.
Cheers, Linda. You're
really
a good one.
And
I'll see you on Sunday.
Yay.
Woohoo! That may be cake. Yay! I'll know next used to buy a bit of cake. It's the law, you have to if you haven't guests on a Sunday.
Absolutely, yeah. Cake's allowed.
Okay, see you later, lovelies.
Take care, everyone.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.